Hi everybody, it's Steffi and welcome back to my channel. So I'm coming to you with a life update because we haven't really did any vlogs in a while, but with school starting, I decided it would be a good idea to start doing these again. So I'm going to start this one kind of at the beginning of this week, and then I'll probably send out another video towards the end of the week, if not this weekend. So it has been a rough summer, I will say that. This past week has been extremely rough for us because both of the boys kind of had some issues going on, and things have changed around here quite a bit, actually. So, as of August 5th, I did lose my job, so I am no longer working with the ATM company. I have decided for right now to stay home and focus on the kids' school, which I think is a good thing to do right now until I can get back on a schedule. I'm thinking when I go back to work, it's probably going to be night shift, just for the simple fact that I was missing so much work when I was working during the day. And I don't think that's ever going to change because the boys are going to constantly get calls from school, and the school is going to have meetings they need me to go to. So I don't really see it benefiting me to stay on day shift and have this keep happening to me where I keep losing my job because of my kids' needs. And you can't really get FMLA right away at a job. You have to be there for like a year. So there's no real way I can use intermittent FMLA. So there's no way around this, and there's nobody that's going to be willing to be this flexible with me like I would need. So that's something that I will be looking into later, but for right now, I need to focus on the kids' schooling. But I did say I had some issues with the boys recently. So with Carter, his dad had got him this tablet, and the tablet was okay. You know, Carter had it for a couple months, and everything was going fine. He actually had it for like 4 months, 4 or 5 months, and everything was okay. But then we discovered he was watching videos that he shouldn't be, that are not child content. And I'm not going to get into what exactly that was. It wasn't okay. His tablet is taken away. We don't condone that type of behavior in this household or anywhere else. Um, he's probably going to need a different tablet that has parental controls on it, because this tablet was supposed to be have built-in parental controls, and for whatever reason he was able to like bypass those, and I don't know how he did that. But when he had an iPad from Apple, which he had for like 2 or 3 years, surprisingly it took a lot for it to break. But yeah, with that one, I know the parental controls and I know how it's set up. So that might be something to look forward him in the future, maybe for Christmas. I don't know. But the tablet is gone now, and we've had other issues with him saying inappropriate things to parents in the neighborhood. So I did have him pull some weeds for about an hour or two outside, and as a kid, I always hated doing that, so I figured it would be something that would teach him a good lesson. So now he is ungrounded tomorrow and able to go outside for recess for school, because tomorrow is first day of school. So we'll see how that goes and if I run into any more issues with him. But there's plenty of neighborhoods around here that could use some yard work, I'm sure. So, and I don't think the neighbors are going to turn down a kid doing free yard work for them. So that's what was going on with Carter. And with Maddox, this started like, today is Monday. This started on Thursday. I was having some issues with him where he was refusing all his like morning stuff, showers, brushing teeth, eating, taking his medication, which is a big one because if he doesn't take his medication with his behaviors, he can get very escalated and combative and throw things and destroy the house, which he has been doing all week. And I just got done picking that up. It took me about an hour. So I took him to the doctor today, and all the doctor pretty much did was tell him to take his medication. And I was a little bit surprised that they weren't like going to take him to their inpatient center for like med step stabilization or anything like that. She just told him, well, you need to take your medication. And I'm just kind of like, is that really going to do anything though? Because I don't think it is. And she told me, she's like, well, if that doesn't work, call us back and we'll see if we can get him in day treatment. He'll have to miss school, but he can come here for counseling services during the day. Again, I don't think that is going to work, but that's what the doctor told me to do. I know my kid, but apparently they think they know him better. So I have to suffer because the doctor is right. I'm done with doctors and I'm done with teachers. I'm already, and the school year is just starting tomorrow. Like, I'm so frustrated, and I wish we were in a time where it was normal, where the kids could go to normal school. Then I could go back to work right away, and I wouldn't be doing this right now, because this virtual school stuff is a lot harder and it takes a lot of time. Like, if you're a working parent, this is almost impossible to do. And I worked from home in March and I tried to do it, and their homework just didn't get done because I was on the phone, I was writing emails, I was doing everything that I needed to do. And then by the time I got done, the kids had supper, they took their showers, and then they had about an hour until bed. So we were up until like 8, 9 o'clock doing homework, and it wasn't working. Like, I just hope whatever they have set up works out. But anyway, so Maddox did take his meds tonight. I'm hoping he takes them in the morning and I can get him in the shower. He's supposed to be starting some new therapy next week where these girls come in like 2 days a week. I don't know what 2 days a week is really going to do for him, because he needs something like every single day. But again, I'm trying. I'm doing what I can. Maddox did also start his after-school program today, which he did like, and they did give him supper there. And I do want to extend the hours of that a little bit later, because right now it's 3 to 5. I'd like to do 3 to 7, so him and Carter are on the same schedule, and then I can just pick them up at the same time. But that'll come along later. This is his first week, so I don't want him there too long because I don't want to overwhelm him. But Maddox is also supposed to start doing blend ed at school. So he'll be going to school part-time, and then he'll be home the rest of the day. And then his programming will pick him up for his after school, and then I'll pick him up from there. But I don't really know how this is going to go. So we're trying it out. He had a good first day for the after-school program, and the after-school program is going to be the same therapy as the in-home programming, so it's through the same people, which is nice because then he'll be familiar with the staff and it'll be easier to communicate and things like that. And Carter is still in his programming, but right now, due to COVID exposure that one of their staff members had, they are all virtual until the 9th at least. So he's not going to be going to his programming after school. It'll just be Maddox for right now. So it's a real weird time. But so yesterday was Sunday, and I thought that would be a good day to sit down and kind of like work on getting their school stuff together. Like, I have all their school supplies in laundry baskets because there's so much school supplies, and their computers and things like that that we got from school. Well, the first problem I ran into was, now, Maddox's computer was fine. Carter's computer, we went to plug it in because they obviously weren't charged at all, and his charger doesn't work for his Chromebook, which doesn't make any sense because all the Chromebooks are the same. It's the same Chromebook that Maddox has. It just has a different number on it. It's the exact same model. So I tried Maddox's charger with Carter's tablet, and that didn't work either. So whatever kind of charging port they had put in Carter's computer is different, and I can't figure out why, because the computers look exactly the same. So now Carter is going to have to use Maddox's computer, and Maddox is going to have to use my old laptop. The whole thing is a mess. Anyway, so I called Carter's school, and they said they would put in a ticket for IT to get it fixed, but it's going to take a week at least. I'm like, okay, so if I only had one kid and no other technology, my kid would just not get schooling for a week. This whole thing it's not working out already. It's just stupid. So Carter's teacher actually sent me a schedule, and this is a Google Doc, but this is what it looks like. So I'm going to show it to you right here. So this is what it looks like, and it has the activity, and then it has like a little icon here for video, and then what else is on here? Just the days of the week, what they're going to be doing. So that's kind of like little icons saying we're going to be like using our workbook this day and talking to the teacher in class this day and things like that. And then on the back it has like directions for how to do it. So that's actually a Google Doc that Carter has in his school email. The problem with this is you're supposed to be able to click on the little icons to get to where you need to go, and they don't work. So Carter is supposed to be checking into school online at 9 o'clock in the morning, and he's not going to be able to because he's not going to be able to click on the link. So I emailed the teacher. She never emailed me back. So I don't know. I don't know what to, like, I'm completely on my own. Carter actually has some workbooks though, so I can like work with him through the day a little bit. But some of the stuff on here, they have like books. I don't have like a whole library full of books here. There is on their launch pad, which is pretty much like an online home screen for their school. They do have a library app on there where they can read books or have the app read the books to them. So we might use that. But I think for Carter's first week, it's going to be a lot of like me just working with him instead of there actually being interaction with the class, because I can't click on anything. I don't know what to do. I emailed the teacher. I called the school. What else can I do? I'm going to try it again tomorrow. If it doesn't work, I'll call the school again. But I don't see any way for this to work. This is just so stupid. And then for Maddox, I have been trying to get a hold of somebody for 2 days now because they didn't send me anything. I have no workbooks. He checked his launch pad and none of his apps even work. He'll click on one like for math or reading or whatever, and it gives him an error message. He can't even get into anything. So Maddox has nothing, and I have nothing here for him. I don't know what I'm supposed to do because Carter is going to be on his computer, and you can't be logged into the same user on 2 different computers. Like, he can't log into Carter's user and use his reading app because they're at the same reading level. So I don't know what to do, and I'm just really frustrated at this point. I feel like nobody is listening to me, like nobody really cares, and it's stupid. It's just so stupid. It's like, why are we doing this? There's no structure here, and when there is structure, you can't do anything with it. Like, I am just so frustrated, and I don't think people understand, like, it is frustrating for anybody to be doing this virtual school stuff, but when you have 2 kids and both of them have special needs and one of them is refusing to take their medications, it's a lot to handle, and I don't know how this is going to work. By the end of this week, I am probably going to be very stressed out, and I'm not sure how that's going to go. I'm really not. I was just really surprised when I brought Maddox to the doctor that she just told him, well, you have to take your medications. Okay, but call me if that doesn't work. Another thing I'm going to tell you that I don't like, because a lot of people in my family like to do this, and this really pisses me off, They like to tell me with my kids' programming schedules or with me disciplining them or whatever it is. Oh no, but you should do it this way. And oh no, you should, no, don't do that. You should do this. Okay, but you're not living here and you're not dealing with what I deal with every day. You have no idea what I am dealing with. And if I didn't tell you, you wouldn't have a fucking clue. I could tell you everything's great when it's not. And you know what? You believe me because you're not here. You're not seeing it. You don't know. I just can't with some people. And it drives me crazy how some people think that their life is so difficult and so hard, yet you don't have any kids, or the kids you do have are mainstream and don't have the problems my kids have with average everyday stuff. Like it's just my 4th grade 9-year-old child is at a reading level of a 1st grader. He's at a math level of a 2nd grader. Okay? Do you know how frustrating it is when they send me a 4th grade math book and his teacher is the same teacher he had last year who knew he was behind? This kid is going to cry every day doing this math until he finally gets bad grades and the teacher says, well, I don't think this is working. Yeah, it didn't work last year, and that's why we did it different last year, okay? But now you want to send him something that's way above what he can do, and you're the same teacher he had? Could you not look back at his work and see it was different? Like, put something a little bit more personable into it? Like, actually sit down and do your job? I don't know. But for all of you out there who think you have it so bad being at home with your child, at least your kid doesn't have special needs. And at least you don't have 2 of them with special needs. And if you don't believe me, they have been diagnosed. And I do have the official paperwork for that says they've both been diagnosed. And yes, their diagnoses are different. That's another thing that I don't like, is people will come at me and be like, oh no, you just made that up. Do you think I would want to deal with these things if I didn't have to? Why would I want to? Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. I am not that type of person that would really go out of my way to like purposefully lie about something that's serious, because trust me, autism and DMDD are nothing to play around with. Both of them have their own challenges, and it is very difficult to navigate through a day-to-day thing, especially with big changes like school like this. It is very difficult, and I struggle all the time. And Carter is 9. He's been diagnosed since he was like, what, 4? And that hasn't changed. He's seen the same psychiatrist. The psychiatrist still thinks that he has autism. It's not something where they diagnosed him and then they never like reevaluated it. Also in school, every I think it's 2 years, they have their own people that come in and will assess and see if anything has changed with the children's diagnoses. And if it has, they will send a referral to the doctor to get them re-diagnosed. But I never got any paperwork or anything like that for either kid, so it's not just something they outgrow. It's really not, and it's not something that I want to be dealing with. And there are honestly days when I just want to give up, but I can't give up because my kids need a mother. So for all you out there that think that it's really that hard, just be grateful that your kids are regular kids. You don't have to deal with what I have to deal with, because it is very difficult and I don't really have a lot of support. And I do try, but there's really only so much you can do. And for autism, it's really hard because even if you look into like an online support group, autism is such a big spectrum disorder. Each kid is like different on the spectrum. So it's not like you can look at one kid and say, oh, but my kid has autism too, and No, because they're different. They do different things. They react to things differently. They have different triggers. Their sensory stimulation is going to be different. It's their calm down techniques are going to be different. The whole thing is just such a broad spectrum that you can't compare two children and be like, I did this for my kid, you should do this for your kid, because that just doesn't work. That's just not the way it is. I don't know. I'm just very frustrated with this whole school thing, and I don't know. I don't know what I'm honestly at a loss for words, because I'm like, how did they have from March to September, 6 months to figure this out, and they haven't figured it out? That's what I want to know. And one more thing before I let you go that really bothers me. So, Maddox is going to be, I think, in school 8 to 11. So he's probably going to get picked up on the bus at like 7:30, 7:15, because his school's on the other side of town. Then he gets done at 11. So then he's going to be bused home between 11 and 12. So the time that they have these free lunches that you can go pick up now at any school, it used to be like 2 days ago just at your child's school. Now it's you can pick it up at any school. The school closest to us is Eisenhower. Eisenhower's lunch pickup time is 11 o'clock. Okay, well, first of all, I can't go anywhere because Maddox is going to be getting on the bus at 11. So if I leave my house, he's going to show up here and I'm not going to be here. Also, Carter's lunch doesn't start until 12:30. How am I supposed to go pick up his lunch if he's in the middle of a virtual class? I'm just like, I'm not driving all the way across town to go pick up a free lunch when I could feed my kid at home, save the gas, and probably save a little bit of money from that gas. Like, it would balance itself out in the end. It doesn't make, none of this makes any sense. Oh, I don't know, but that's where I'm going to leave you. Today is Tuesday, August 31st. I will check in with you sometime when the week is over. It might not be until this weekend. I don't know, but I will check in with you later and we will see how the week went. Wish me luck. I will see you then.